Julian was assigned on the early morning sortie. They took off and made a long flight north to the front lines, where they had to fly air cover for their ground troops. Jagdgeschwader 51 up above was a welcome sight for the troops down below. When you are this close to the front lines, it's always good to have eyes up above. Luckily today there was no need for JG51 to fire their weapons. The next day they had to scramble into the air and head back to the same position as the previous day. There were reports of enemy aircraft near the ground troops. As soon as Julian and the rest of the men arrived at the objective, they spotted a flight of I-16s, probably a scout for ground attack planes. Julian dove to intercept one of the I-16s. His first shots missed as he was too fast. He pulled his plane high and turned back towards the Russian fighter. This time he was slow enough to follow the plane. Squeezing the trigger, he managed to land a few hits this time. He lined up the I-16 in his gun sights and gave 2 short bursts. The little fighter came crashing down to earth. After a successful sortie the previous day, Julian and the rest of Jagdgeschwader 51 was back up in the air the next day escorting ground attack Bf-109 E-7s. Julian wished that they could move to an airfield closer to the front line. These long flights are really tiring, and with the offensive being so successful, the front lines are moving further and further away every day. As they reached the objective, Julian watched from above as the bombs exploded on the enemy positions. The sight of the bombs exploding is something you will never get used to. The call over the radio came informing Julian of enemy fighters approaching from the northeast. They set a course to intercept the fighters. After throwing his aircraft from left to right and back to the left again, he struggled to line up any shots. Out of nowhere, bright tracers came racing past his aircraft. A few of them hit his aircraft, and for a moment everything went pitch black for Julian. Moments later, he felt a scorching pain somewhere in his body. He couldn't tell where. With the little energy that he had left, he dove down to try and escape the I-16 on his tail. Luckily, the 109 could easily outrun the Russian plane. He checked his fuel gauges and engine temperatures and set a course back home. Fighting through the excruciating pain, Julian managed to nurse his damaged 109 back to the airfield. He pulled to the side of the runway and radioed for help. In the distance, he saw the medical truck driving his way.